What's good, everybody? Welcome to Observe, Proceed, or welcome back where I observe and proceed to react. And today we got a good one. We got a drunk driver in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles, where I reside. And he takes the police on a wild one. From what I understand, it was the LAPD switching off to with the CHP, switching back off to the LAPD. And we all know how we feel about the LAPD backing off. So, I mean, let's see how this goes.
And Mike Rogers is at the desk, and he is following this breaking news, the pursuit of a suspect who is wanted for assault. And he is following this breaking news.
Yeah, no one in Lindley.
Of a suspect who is wanted for assault with
Reseda.
a deadly weapon. All right, Mike, what are we looking at?
Hey, Pat, yeah, so we're sorting out the want here. It originally came out as an assault with a deadly weapon. They're also calling this possible DUI. It's possible here that the person that is behind the wheel has previous convictions for assault with a deadly weapon. So we're sorting out all of the details here about exactly what this person is wanted for right now. But we do know this is LAPD in the Valley right now, and they are been kind of searching the Valley. We're Van Owen and White Oak here. The person appears to be known by LAPD. We've been hearing them kind of talk about this person's criminal history. So it sounds like they have an idea. I just heard another one where they're talking about.
Okay, that's the thing right here. They know who this is. Like, usually, like, someone might steal a car or, like, they're just in a pursuit randomly, but that's why they're trying to get away, because you don't know who that is. They know who it is, and you're still trying to get away. Bro, what are you doing? At this point, you're just killing time and adding charges. But at the same time, you're putting people's lives in danger by doing this. They know who you are, bro. They're going to get you. I'm willing to bet this is a DUI for sure. But yeah, let's keep going.
He is known to have weapons violations. So that may be why we are not in tracking mode. This is still a full-blown pursuit at this point. This is units from LAPD's West Valley Division that are in pursuit of this right now, Pat.
Okay, what kind of car are we looking at?
I'm trying to see what that is too myself. It's obviously a sedan. I can't tell if
it's an old version.
I can't tell what kind of car that is. We'll work on getting that for you.
All right, you got that. But in the meantime,
the sunroof, yeah, I can't tell either.
Seems to be known to law enforcement, and
it looked like a Toyota Camry, like old Toyota Camry with a sunroof.
For this person, and noticed, okay, they look familiar.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like this person also has some probation violations going on. So it sounds like there's a whole host of issues with this car and with this registered owner of this car that they're trying to pull over, which obviously has not stopped. Now, we have not gotten far at all from the...
you know what? I'm surprised the streets are this empty, bro. I don't know what time this happened. This was last night.
Van Nuys Airport at this point. We're going Balboa, and your next major...
Usually there's a lot more cars on the street.
Balboa, approaching Victory. This guy's all over the road and has been at high speeds, blowing through lights there. I mean, that one was a green light, but we've seen him go through red traffic signals as well. So this guy's kind of just been all over the place as LAPD chases him.
And possibly impaired, which makes it even a bit more dangerous, I would say.
It's at the orange line. Yeah. This is
first really day of the work week for a lot of people. Going back.
He's going towards the 101.
And still, that area still has pretty busy traffic.
It does, and especially
that's what I was thinking.
On one side we've got Balboa Park, the other side we've got the Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex. So, hopefully there's not any,
But I don't see any cars.
So hopefully all of the kids' athletic, activities have finished up for the night. But we're going to be approaching the Ventura Boulevard here soon. So we're going to go southbound Balboa. The next major is going to be Burbank. Then we'll go under the 101. And then we'll be able to get to Ventura. And if we get to Ventura, obviously we know pretty much any time of day Ventura Boulevard can be pretty crowded.
Yeah, and no question about that. And so far, this person has been on surface streets. That's why we have LAPD in pursuit.
Swerving out the way. Oh, okay. Ran around.
So they just avoided a spike or maybe hit the spike. There was a spike strip attempt right there at that intersection.
There was, huh?
I can't tell yet whether or not.
Hold on. I did not see that.
That we know of. That's why we have LAPD in pursuit. Not CHP.
Where do you see the spike strip? I don't see it. I don't know. Looks like he went on the freeway though, right?
The spike strip attempt right there at that intersection.
So this is when the
CHP
probably gets involved.
The 101 now.
The LAPD is so far behind, you don't even see it. They're just like, whatever. So now the CHP is going to be on his ass. That's 100%.
As we speak, yeah. But to your point, Pat, yes, he has been surface streets the entire time. This is the first time we've gotten on the 101 freeway. Hopefully we'll be able to see soon here whether or not he actually hit that spike strip. I know he was close to it.
Did not see any spike strip.
they're asking right now whether or not he hit the spike, so we'll hear that in a second. But they had been
Doesn't
trying
look
a couple
like
of
it.
times to spike him in a few different locations, which kind of shows you the aggressiveness of LAPD. Look, LAPD doesn't generally
They're not
cause
aggressive
spikes
at
in the
all.
middle of pursuit or traffic like that. So this is something that
Yeah, they do. They make it so obvious. Like, hey, we got spikes here.
All right, are those correct? I'm looking at the speeds here. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, we're going
100 miles an hour.
Which makes you think maybe the spike didn't work, right? We know it's a slow deflate on those tires.
It did not work. I also think the speedometer is messed up. I don't believe it.
100 miles an hour. It means maybe not.
Their speedometer, that is.
Which would be unfortunate because it was a well-placed strip by those patrol officers from West Valley.
Yeah, and they had heads up because this person seemed to be going in circles, so to speak, or you know, covering the same territory. But now
he might be going 100 now. Yeah, it looks pretty.
Mike, would they
95 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering right now if they're going to do that. Especially since we're on the freeway now, kind of, you know how it runs north/westbound of the 101 right there. So we're going like coming into the Tarzana.
Yeah, he's pushing it.
Here, if they're going to request CHP, certainly they would have the opportunity here now that we are on the freeway. And look how fast this guy's going, Pat.
Yeah, that's as you're noticing, don't see any damage on this.
He thinks it's NASCAR, man.
Picture here to the tires.
No, he's got to be under the influence for sure, drunk.
Strip was successful or not. It sounds like there's only one person.
As far as we know, we have not heard anything else. I mean, those windows are, you know, kind of our typical pursuit tint here, where it is a little bit darker. Now there is, so they just said the car is a gray Lexus. And John,
oh, it's a Lexus. Okay, so I was close.
Getting a pretty tight shot. And it looks like that front.
Lexus is kind of like a Camry, which is luxury version.
Anything that might catch the tires at all, or it's just kind of, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like it may be wobbling around.
That's why I got the sunroof.
Possibly indicating that that spike strip could have been.
Yeah, potentially, or they hit
effective?
something along the way. On the right side of your screen, that's the spike attempt right there, and you see it as you kind of come through the intersection of Balboa and Burbank. Here, we'll slow it down for you, and you'll see it one. I
still don't see it.
I don't think he hit it. It looked like it was
definitely didn't hit it.
Yeah, he saw it coming and was able to get out of the way. Now we're getting off the freeway here, and I believe this is at Winnetka is where we're getting off right now, and making that should be north.
Dang, he made it to Winnetka in like 2 minutes or so, bro. Like.
So now we're back in the valley. I mean, this is not.
He was really pushing it, man. I was really 100.
This person has not really kind of ventured very far away from where they've
Let me fast forward just a little, because this is a long chase.
Once they do, they want to stay. Oh, that was close.
That was close. Yeah, strip mall here to try
to get
traffic. There's that CHP.
He thinks that's gonna work.
Yeah,
this guy's playing games, bro.
Yeah, that CHP officer is on his tail tight.
See, the CHP is still on him, tight. This is what the LAPD needs to do, but they don't do this.
LAPD can request CHP, which must have happened at some point in time. CHP came and took it over.
Yeah. The LAPD requested CHP because they don't want to do this. They don't do this. It's like, oh, you guys could do this. We're not good at chases.
It over because CHP has the policy where it's theirs or it's not.
That's right.
They don't want to do the mixed bag of half LAPD, half CHP. CHP wants full operational control over the pursuit. So what they'll do is they'll ask those LAPD units to back out. Now, what I can tell you is most likely happening.
Yeah, sit down. Let the pros do it.
Kind of tailing behind it. They're not officially involved in the pursuit. But LAPD is going to want to be, especially now that we're back on service streets, LAPD is going to want to be close by. If this guy gets out and runs, they're going to want to be there to help that CHP officer.
And it was LAP that initiated that spike strip.
Correct. Yeah, and it was LAPD units that originally did it. Now, what we're listening to right now, there's another LAPD unit right there on the opposite side of traffic. What we're listening to, though, is that is a single CHP unit. Whoa.
Whoa, what was that?
Look at that. He swerved because there was pedestrians in that crosswalk. He saw them last second, made a left turn.
Okay, so that tells me he doesn't want to run no one over. Yeah, obviously.
Away from there.
He has some type of mind.
That is a single CHP.
I mean,
it doesn't look like
some type of conscious.
Just a little bit to see if he's got any help at this point. But it looks like there's just the one CHP officer. Wow.
Wow, he's on the
really dangerous.
Oh my goodness.
There's no one out there though, bro. How late was this?
Strip malls in that area for sure. So still a lot of.
Like I never seen I live here. I live in the valley. I never seen it this empty.
Well, yeah, I mean we're gonna be
never, bro. This is crazy.
He is on.
Like the streets.
We're
I
at
never
no
seen this,
gas.
like no car.
Van
It's
Allen.
usually like bumper to bumper, like everywhere.
Certainly where it backs up, where again you've got the theater, Topanga Mall.
And it looks like we just
Especially by
went northbound
Topanga
now.
Mall.
So at least we're getting away from the mall a little bit, but this is still a very residential neighborhood that this is all occurring in right now.
Absolutely. And again, CHP still behind this vehicle.
Yeah, yeah, you
Okay.
can see the red and blue lights there a little bit. CHP's back there. I did notice an LAPD unit was still kind of hanging out, and that's likely because CHP is alone.
They're taking notes. They're trying to figure out how to do a proper chase.
Flashes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, he might do a pit.
Off as they go through the intersection there.
Ah, never
Wrong side
mind.
of the road. I mean, and for no reason too, Pat. I mean, look, the correct side of the road is wide open. There is no reason for him to be driving like that on the wrong side of the road in such a careless and reckless manner. I mean, this is why, you know, we bring these pursuits to our viewers, because of just how dangerous this is going through these residential streets.
Now let's talk about.
He's
something
on
else
one,
here,
bro.
Mike.
I don't think he
We have
cares.
seen,
He
of
just sees
course,
open road.
in incidents like this, sometimes they have a
That
tendency
adrenaline,
to back off because
that
of
drink.
how wild the driver.
Who knows? Probably the Pookie. Who knows?
Now I've noticed that speeds have dropped, and then he seems to pick back up.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I mean, right now we're 80 miles an hour, but before that we were a little bit slower. So he's kind of coming hit and miss there. The officer that's in that first CHP unit just kind of relayed on the radio that he does appear to be slowing for reds, which is kind of ish what we just.
Yeah,
saw.
he's conscious about not hitting
potentially
anyone or any
was the original one.
even
No,
cars
no,
at that.
window, John? So I saw them pop out that side of the window there, that driver's side window.
Probably
real quick.
threw something out.
For somebody who was alleged to have been DUI, I mean, they certainly appear to be aware of their surroundings and where other cars are.
I mean, he's just drunk. I mean, he's.
But no, yeah, they have not gone into tracking.
Some
mode.
people
They're not
handle
gone into
that.
a surveillance mode type situation at all. They have been full-blown chasing this person ever since, and I think a lot of that probably has to do with what this person is wanted for originally, their probation violations. We've heard like the laundry list of alleged things that this person has done prior to the chase. So because they
Let's fast forward just a little more.
they started it, they want to continue it. I think.
He's in the middle lane.
Well, that CHP unit, while he was doing a great job chasing him, it appeared to be the only CHP unit. So LAPD doesn't want to put themselves in a position where
LAPD doesn't want to do anything, bro.
because that's their policy. But then you've only got one CHP unit chasing the guy.
And he's doing a much better job than the whole LAPD West Valley Department, by the way.
A supervisor or a watch commander predetermines the amount of units that are allowed to be involved in the chase. They had met that whatever number that was for their pursuit package, and that's usually 3 or 4 patrol cars, and each patrol car has 2 officers in it. So we're talking about 6 to 8 officers that would be available if this thing came to an end and they got to chase the guy. So it may just be for that reason. It may be that they know who the guy is and they just
Wide open streets, bro. This is crazy.
And so you see,
lately about what they're chasing and how hard they're chasing it because of that, and have also said we will definitely not go into tracking mode.
all right. Well, the possibility of laying another spike strip, does that reduce
It's
the chances of that because of this person possibly being armed?
Yeah, I mean that'll be.
So they're afraid of him being
An
armed.
officer in front of the car.
Yeah,
And so when you do that, I mean they did it twice already. It didn't work. Not to say they won't try it again. I mean if the officer is like able to get behind something where they have cover and kind of have a little bit easier of a time doing that instead of being directly in the path of this person, they might consider it. I haven't heard anything kind of saying yes or no definitively.
It's got the window all down.
Either. I was trying to see if we can get a look inside of that. He's moving so fast and the trees are in the way, but every now and again you kind of see a little glimpse inside the driver's side there.
Yeah, he's got the window down because he got tints,
They've been
and you could see
Doesn't come back
inside
stolen, which
of
is, how
his
they know
window.
about this person's history and all of those things. The West Valley
that was a
LAPD,
wild turn.
yeah, the watch commander over at West Valley LAPD confirming to my colleague Orlando that this original want was DUI. But again, because they know who the person is, they know this alleged history of this person, and that's why they're taking this so seriously.
The fact they know him, though, that's insane. How do they know
He
him?
really seems to be familiar with this area. He's been on Winnetka,
Yeah, he's from the valley.
at least a few times that we've been.
Most of these chases, they happen in people's hometowns. And that's why you see them going in circles. It makes no sense why they do that, but it's because that's what they know.
Yeah, for sure. And, I'm just looking, and we're going to a neighborhood here. We'll see if he's going to try to bail out. These guys like to get in these kind of darker pockets of places to be able to run. So we'll see if that's what he's going to do. This is kind of one of the first times where he's gotten off, these major streets. But we basically started, Pat, over at Sherman and White Oak, and then have kind of weaved our way up and down the valley. We came up into Northridge, back down to Lake Balboa, over to Encino, Tarzana, Winnetka, Canoga Park.
Wait, is that LAPD? LAPD's back on it.
Working our way back to
Looks like a
the
LAPD
south, I
unit.
believe, kind of the south and then into the west a little bit.
Okay, well, again, he's in a more residential area,
Yeah.
for sure. Streets are narrower, obviously.
More narrow and you know, more chances for people to kind of, you know, be out, and especially if they hear the loud helicopters and walking towards them and all of those things. So LAPD always has to be a little bit careful. The
Really,
turns are usually a lot tighter in a neighborhood too.
you know, usually the CHP, like they said, look at the cops right here. Something's about to happen. But usually the LAPD and the CHP don't switch off much. You know, whoever has it. They switched off right there. The CHP is like, you know what? This guy ain't hopping back on the freeway. I told you guys how to do this. And as you can see, they're actually right behind him for once. So, you know, they learned something. The CHP gave a good learning lesson over here to the LAPD. Oh, anyway, let's see what happens right here.
There's some CHP units that just happen to kind of.
They're just there.
Some other work going on.
They're backed off though.
And there's that LAPD unit in that Ford Explorer kind of right behind him as we kind of push through these intersections here. You know, back into our speeds about 70, 80 miles an hour. Again, wrong side of the road, and again for no reason. There's nothing preventing this.
Oh, he's picking up speed now.
And he just kind of, man, so fast.
This could get dangerous right here. This is pretty fast for Surface Street.
That you know, innocent driver could be impacted by this person here. It's almost like he went down a side street to maybe gauge or see if that's somewhere where he could possibly dump the car and get out and run, or maybe he was familiar.
Yeah.
Or knew somebody in that area, but
ain't no one gonna help him. Like, come on, bro.
You know, certainly much wider boulevard.
Like, come in my house.
Yeah, you also wonder, Pat, when
Oh shit, what is he doing?
Yeah, they obviously have at least what we're hearing, a criminal history. Is this, you know, were they going through that neighborhood to see how closely LAPD would follow? Were they testing the waters to see what they can get away with? And, you know, would a neighborhood be a good spot to ditch the car and run? And then obviously they were right behind him, so he kept going. I mean, there's a whole list of things of who knows what this person is thinking as they're behind the wheel. But, you know,
I mean, doesn't look like they have a plan.
About where they were going when they pulled into that neighborhood, because that was the first time we'd seen them do that throughout the duration.
Just speeding through,
continue through these kind of
killing time.
We are now at Mason and Lassen as we continue.
Does look like he wants to like find a spot to run like on foot.
The furthest north we have gotten so far in this chase, but man, we have covered a lot of ground on the west end of the valley.
There's no question about that.
It's kind of going in like a circle
again,
here, though.
You know, it makes it even more difficult. We wonder, well, how is this going to end? Because there's so many different things that they won't do simply because this person, they have news that they could have a weapon. So that certainly presents some limitations as far as spike strips or pit maneuvers or what have you. But at the same time, they still want to get this person into custody and are more than likely, Mike, as you noted, willing to continue following this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if they're going to be in it, they're going to be in it, and that's what appears to be happening here. So you know, they've got options. You wait the guy out and wait till he runs out of gas or gives up or tries to run or something, or you go the other way and you bring in.
All right, man. What's happening here?
And that whole, you know, but the litany of other things that we have been listening to coming through Tarzana. Very briefly, yeah. I mean, he made the decision to get back off onto surface streets and hash this out in the
part. He has stayed in that mid-range 50s, and so this is, again, it's almost as if he's just doing this until he
doing it for show.
And even decided to just give himself up.
Need something to happen.
Well, okay, I don't have an out now.
Yeah, the jig is up. It's time.
The jig is up. Let's go.
Hopefully that happens as soon as possible, right? Because, I mean, just the disregard he has for public safety with driving on the wrong side of the road and his high speeds and all of those other things here, it just would be in every
pit remover. Won't happen, but you could wish for, you know,
somebody gets hurt.
Unless we did not take back that assault with a deadly weapon. So again, there's also reason for them to continue.
And the fact that
and try to get this person into custody.
Yeah, and the fact that they believe that he is still armed as well. Yeah. So we're going to continue. We're going here still on the western edge of the San Fernando Valley. We are now eastbound on Satakoy. Coming up on Mason is going to be our next major cross.
Yeah, he's going in a circle, bro.
Originally wanted for driving under the influence, alleged driving under the influence by the LAPD's West Valley station. Throughout the course of the chase, though, we have
a lot of chases we see.
A litany of criminal history, according to LAPD, for various things. At one point, we did hear that they believe the person also may have a gun, and because of that reason, they have denied going into tracking mode at all. They have also
They're afraid of his gun. He's never even like showed a gun or anything for them to be afraid.
Pit maneuver. The idea of a pit maneuver is to spin the person around, and officers generally don't like somebody that is allegedly armed facing directly at them at the conclusion of that pit maneuver.
He ain't showing that though.
Don't do that. We have been seeing speeds all over the place here on surface streets as we go through that red light there.
And I'm really surprised how empty the streets are. Is it really late or something? They're not showing us the time.
Every corner of the western edge of the San Fernando Valley and is headed right back towards where we started.
Right, I said they're going in circles.
This pursuit first picked up in the Reseda area by the LAPD's West Valley station. Again, this person wanted for driving under the influence of something, and that was the original want. That's what got LAPD here to try to pull him over at the time. But here we are, 75 miles an hour as we approach the 10 o'clock hour.
Oh, shit. Oh, hey. There it is. There it is.
Spun around. Juan and Susie joining me here at the desk now.
Doing dumb stuff, man. He ain't that good of a driver as he thought. Let's see that again. All right, so right here, I think he's thinking of going right, but then he changes his mind. He turns the wheel, and he's going so fast, it spins him out of control.
Look at that. Oh.
Hit the pole. He's lucky he didn't flip. He's lucky about that. But of course, he's going to be in prison, but he could have been really injured.
Oh. Lost control going right through that intersection. Spun around. Juan and Susie joining me here at the desk now.
The car gave out, too.
Slamming into the side of that car. Sky Cal's going to move around.
Doesn't look like they're afraid of his gun.
What his deal is. There he is hanging out the window, guys.
Hands up. He's giving up.
Anywhere, Mike, really, after
the jig is up.
Going around the city, you said covering a very large amount of space. This guy basically came down because he took too wide of a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably trying to turn right and change his mind.
Thank goodness he didn't hit anybody. Right. I mean, the way he was plowing through those intersections, wrong
hit
side
the
of the
pole.
road,
Oh, he took the whole pole down. What are these poles made of? Because I know playing Grand Theft Auto, you barely tap it and it falls and stuff. So they're like, you know, they're not really cemented into the ground, man. You could take them poles off easy. Granted, he did kind of hit that hard, but yeah, man, these poles be flying off the hinges all the time.
Game over here. His hands are out the window, surrendering to officers.
Did he take down a streetlight, Mike?
He did, yeah. That's a streetlight to the left, and that's lucky that's all he hit, because right behind him, that's a power pole. So he, like, you know, kind of weaved himself in here, took out the light, thankfully missed the power pole, otherwise we'd be dealing with the whole.
All right. Let's see how they get him out.
And we want to welcome you now to CBS LA at 10. Alongside
at 10, so this is like 10 p.m. Streets are empty at 10, and I guess in the valley, man.
Was in pursuit. The CHP now ending this, right?
That's right, Susie. Mike Rogers has been following the situation here from the desk. Mike, this took quite a bit of time. The driver right now sticking his hands out the window, obviously is giving up. Can you tell our viewers here that's just joining us here at 10 o'clock how this all got started?
Yes, so we're going to get some video here. We'll show you some of the highlights or lowlights of this chase as the suspect was coming through here. Really fast speeds.
Nah, man, look, they're approaching him. I want to see it, man. We already seen that right here, bro. Full screen it.
Right side of your screen. Video from just a bit.
There we go.
Them take him into custody. We'll see, guys, because the door might be.
That's so weird. I never seen him just hold his hand, grab his hand. Usually they tell him to get out, you know, hit the ground. He's holding his hand, bro. What's going on?
Even though he didn't hit it on the driver's side, I don't know that
what is going on. I thought he was armed and they're afraid.
Otherwise, they're gonna have to.
Never seen them act like this.
Have made that approach. That guy.
Usually they roll up. Everyone has guns out. They tell him to get up, get out the car, throw everything out, get out the car, hit the ground. Then they swarm in and start, you know, roughhousing. Never seen this type of stuff. Maybe he's hurt. I don't know. They got some sympathy. Really weird.
As soon as he slammed sideways, hit the pole, That's when he said, "That's it. I'm good. Hands out." He has made no attempt.
They're
to try to get out
reasoning
front.
with him.
He
Usually
has
they
made
don't
no
do
attempt
any
to
of
do anything
this.
else. So looks like LAPD is trying to get those doors open. You see the guy on the left, the officer on the left, with that green-barreled weapon there. That is a less lethal beanbag launcher round.
It's a beanbag. That ain't even a gun. I thought he ain't armed, bro. The news networks, they just be making stuff up, bro. If he was armed, they would have had a real gun right now. All pointed at him. Everybody.
The passenger side of the car that actually hit that power pole and eventually hit the curb here. Yet he's having trouble getting out of the driver's side of the car. I wonder if he's injured.
He very well may be. I mean, that was not a soft impact. It was enough to take down a light pole and, you know, certainly do some good damage to the side of that car, which, by the way, we have not heard is reported stolen. So that's how they had all that information. Okay, driver's door is open. LAPD was able to get that out. And we'll see here as they pull this person out. Obviously, the person is conscious and breathing because we saw them put their hands out, and we know that it looks like the officers have been communicating with them. They
He's got to be hurt, but still, I never seen him act this way.
I would assume this person would likely go to the hospital at least to get what's called a clear to book, which means doctors have to kind of sign off.
Help them out.
Good to go to jail, but he is able to walk on his own power.
Got a hockey jersey on like me.
Taken into custody. It is a wild chase,
White boy.
Finally coming to an
That's
end.
funny, bro.
Highlights we can show you.
And that's another thing. He's white. Just saying. He's just saying. The cops are extra nice with him because he's white.
That this person is definitively in custody of this chase going throughout.
It's real. The stereotype is real.
The influence, high speeds through the San Fernando Valley, all over the west side of the San Fernando Valley. I mean, we hit Lake Balboa, Reseda, Northridge, Chatsworth, Canoga Park, Warner Center, Tarzana, all over the place. This person was driving in excess of 100 miles an hour.
My God, bro.
On surface streets. The CHP, which
I've never seen them be this nice.
This guy was on the 101.
Making these dangerous turns, going into
see what the comments are saying.
Traffic. This crazy.
Landed near a power pole might left the suspect getting what? Other PDs across the country do pit maneuvers all day long with armed suspects. I don't think he was armed, bro. I do not think he was armed, man. The news just says that to try to like spice things up, man. I like, come on, bro. I've never seen the LAPD act like that, like where they're not pointing guns or anything. If he was armed, they would have been pointing guns. After all that, you pit yourself out. They whipping that vehicle like babies in the back seat. Go, Mosi, go. What? If a light pole falls down in the city, does it make a sound if nobody's around? Yeah, and then southern states, Arkansas. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. The LAPD might be soft, bro, but they have a heart. They have a heart. Anyway, please like and subscribe. We're getting chases this week, so you know another one's coming soon. Keep it locked. I'm out.